This is the CBS Evening News with Connie Chung in New York and Dan Rather in Haiti.
Good evening from the Haitian capital of Port-au-Prince, where news has arrived that President Clinton is giving Haitian military leaders one last chance to step down and leave without a fight. As we first reported on the CBS Evening News earlier this week, President Clinton has had in mind for a number of days the idea of sending down at the last possible moment a high-level delegation to give a last offer, at least have a last round of talks with the Haitian generals, even as the president mounted a U.S.-led military force just offshore. Correspondent Rita Braver is live at the White House with tonight's late-breaking developments.
That's right, Dan. Just a short while ago, the White House announced that the president has appointed a high-level delegation to make one last-ditch effort to get Haiti's military leaders to step aside peaceably. The delegation will include former President Jimmy Carter, who was successful in breaking the stalemate with North Korea, Senator Sam Nunn, chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, and former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Colin Powell. National Security Advisor Anthony Lake explained the trip.
The purpose of the trip is to conduct discussions with the de facto Haitian leadership within the framework of the goals already established by President Clinton and the UN Security Council.
The White House insisted that the only thing that will be discussed is the means of departure of the junta, aides saying the talks will not be allowed to drag on. The announcement came after the White House had assembled leaders of the 24 nations who promised to help in the peacekeeping. They heard from ousted Haitian President Jean-Bertrand Aristide, who promised there will be no retributions against the Haitian army.
Members of the military, we will create jobs for you. You will not be isolated. You are the sons of the land.
But even as the White House was announcing the emissaries to Haiti, President Clinton was on Capitol Hill talking up the possibility of an invasion.
This is a right cause with a country that is near in our own neighborhood, where the mission is plain and limited and achievable.
The delegation is expected to leave from Andrews Air Force Base outside of Washington by tomorrow. Now, a senior official pointed out that this plan has been under discussion for several days, with Jimmy Carter as the point man talking to General Cedras by phone, but it all finally just came together late this afternoon. Now, at the White House, the word is that this is all a sign that finally Haitian military leaders have realized that it's time for them to go. But Dan, you're the one who's been down there. You're the one who's been talking about it. So I guess the question is, will this mean a breakthrough?
Not necessarily, Rita, but I do think, based on everything that I can learn and some very recent, within the last few minutes, conversations with those close to the Haitian military leadership, that this represents an opportunity, at least a glimmer of hope, and here's why. If an arrangement could be made under which the generals depart from power but are not forced to leave the island and are guaranteed, as much as anyone can, amnesty, no war crimes trials, and that they would have some say in the selection of a new prime minister for the country, I could see that developing into something that would allow the U.S.-led military force to come ashore, not as a combat operation, but as strictly a peacekeeping operation. We'll just have to see. Now, in his televised address last night, President Clinton put the military leaders on notice, telling them, your time is up, step down, or be removed by force. General Cedras fired back, saying he and his people are prepared to fight. President Clinton's tough words turned the mood of this nation up to a near boil of expectations today. The largest crowd so far showed up for military exercises around the presidential palace. These are not the folks who support the exiled President Jean-Bertrand Aristide.
Please, Mr. Clinton, I don't think you're going to kill all these persons for one man. Aristide, I don't want Aristide in Haiti. He don't want Aristide in Haiti. Look at it. All these persons, he don't want Aristide in Haiti. He don't want Aristide in Haiti.
There's a lot more to Haiti, a lot more than just what happens in the plaza around the presidential palace. The base of Aristide's support is at the bottom, among the poor, in the masses, in slums such as this one in the Bel Air district where Aristide grew up. Right now, Aristide's supporters are reluctant to speak out for fear of reprisals. But their expectations are also rising for an invasion that would bring Aristide back to power. Last night, following President Clinton's speech, the U.S. moved ever closer to military action, dropping several thousand portable radios to communicate to Aristide's supporters.
So we thought it'd be useful if we could provide small radios to the people.
Haiti is a violent place. Sure. Exactly.
For Haitians of all political persuasions, the expectation of violence already exists and is growing.
I don't carry it around.
Do you foresee a civil war?
Definitely, yes. There is a possibility of a civil war. Social explosion in Haiti is very probable.
Today, Haitians stood in line for food giveaways. This may be the last food distribution before U.S.-led forces arrive. For now, most follow old routines, but prospects for a major change in life here are hard to escape. If the force has to come in as a combat operation as opposed to a peacekeeping operation, the mostly U.S. force would come in at night. It would hit with lightning speed and crushing strength. Secretary of Defense Perry said today the military action should be over in a matter of hours or at most a day or two. Our national security correspondent David Martin has the latest.
The 82nd Airborne Division was gearing up today as transport planes flew in and out of its home base in North Carolina. And in Florida, Homestead Air Base was a beehive of activity as more Army units moved to their forward staging areas. It will take much of the weekend to get the entire force in position, and after that, the air crews will need 12 hours rest before flying again. But with satellites showing good weather and a full moon due to rise on Monday, the U.S. military is almost ready to launch an assault designed to knock out the Haitian military in a matter of hours.
This forcible entry plan that we have put together is one which would use overwhelming force against the Haitian military, and it will be successful.
The first wave will launch at night with up to 90 transport planes dropping 2,000 airborne troops and their equipment. A complex operation that requires aircraft departing from several different bases to arrive over their targets at the same time. Nearly 4,000 soldiers and Marines will fly in by helicopter from ships offshore. Port-au-Prince is only one of 6 points where American troops will land and fan out to a score of targets throughout the 10,000 square mile country. Before the first day is out, Haiti's airfields and ports should be in American hands, ready to receive the main occupation force of infantrymen from the 10th Mountain Division.
That occupation force will go into Haiti regardless of whether the 11th hour efforts to avoid an invasion succeed or fail. One way or the other, American troops will be in Haiti within a matter of days. The only question is whether they have to shoot their way in. David Martin, CBS News, the Pentagon.
And the difference between tonight and last night is that there's now at least a ray of hope flickering that perhaps this U.S.-led force can come in as peacekeepers rather than shooting their way in. Connie?
Dan, thank you. Dan, we'll have more from Haiti later on, but coming up next on the CBS Evening News, reaction here in this country to President Clinton's plan for an invasion. Plus, Eye on America. Tonight, why the birth of miracle is such a blessed event.
People are discovering something highly irregular.
That's odd.
What is it, Mark Love?
I don't know.
About the price of Metamucil. Same effective natural fiber for regularity at a surprisingly lower price.
Let's get two.
Yeah.
Metamucil, the natural choice for regularity.
Some businesses that weren't using AT&T lost their long-distance service for hours due to a cable cut. Soon, things will change. AT&T will guarantee to restore service in minutes, not hours.
You know, a Carnival cruise is the best vacation value going. You can enjoy fun days at sea, fun-filled nights, fabulous food.
Oh, boy, you can say that again.
Great Scott, Willard, what are you doing out here?
Kathy, I'm having the time of my life.
Take a 3-, 4-, or 7-day vacation on Carnival, the most popular cruise line in the world.
Boy, I can't wait until the midnight buffet.
You think you'll have any room left?
What are you, a comic?
In Congress and across the country, support for a U.S. military move into Haiti has been anything but solid. President Clinton was trying to change that last night with his Oval Office speech to the nation. CBS News correspondent Richard Threlkeld has been sampling the public's reaction.
Haiti. We're invading Haiti.
The president's speech triggered a coast-to-coast debate.
He's on high moral ground with Haiti.
Los Angeles Talk Radio.
Is he ready to send his daughter? Because he's sending my son. I am vehemently opposed to it.
Of course, President Clinton was only too aware that he was not preaching to the converted.
I know the American people are rightfully concerned whenever our soldiers are put at risk.
Overnight opinion samples indicate he changed some minds but did not turn the tide of public opposition to an invasion.
I don't think we have any business in Haiti.
Students at Columbia University.
Regardless of his motives, we had to take action.
He was persuasive, but I don't think he definitively showed that it's a definite, clear risk to American security interests.
A Vietnam veteran in Houston.
If the troops go in, we owe them full support and let them do what they have to do, whatever it takes.
A viewer in Vermont suspects the president's motives.
I think President Clinton, to sum it up, is handling this to get his ratings up.
Presidents' poll ratings do tend to rise when there's a crisis, but Professor John Mueller, who studies these things, thinks this president's running a real risk if he invades Haiti.
If it goes extremely well, he's likely to get a short-term bump, which is likely to dissipate very quickly as people then turn back to things they're more interested in, like O.J. Simpson or the economy or healthcare. If it goes badly, he's going to be punished, I think, quite severely.
Apparently, President Clinton's decided to take that chance. Richard Threlkeld, CBS News, New York.
Among Haitians living here in the United States, feelings run strong about the impending U.S. intervention. Most of them favor the idea of democracy, but many have doubts about President Aristide. And they're concerned about the prospect of a full-scale military invasion. Correspondent Diana Gonzalez reports from Miami.
Democracy for their homeland. That is the dream that binds South Florida's large Haitian American community. But there is dissension over the impending U.S. military invasion of their country.
You want to see an invasion? Of course, 100%, 1,000%. They should do it already.
But in Miami's Little Haiti, many do not embrace the idea of U.S. military intervention. Political activist Florville Samedi says just like the United States has been backed into a corner, he too feels there is no other choice.
We didn't want an invasion, but now they say it is the solution, so we want a solution.
For Jacques Magin, it is not that simple. He's been trying to get his only son, Jackson, out of Haiti for years. Now he's stuck there.
The military force invading Haiti, he could get killed. He could get shot. I could lost him. I know that.
The concerns, the issues are being debated on Creole language radio stations. A U.S. invasion is often described as the lesser of two evils.
We are dying right now, and we feel that if the American government is down there, it will stop.
But some question if it's the right solution.
We was hoping to have some peace, but not like that. Because I was thinking a lot of lives will lose. Haitian lives, American lives.
And there is anxiety over what the invasion will actually accomplish. If the end result is democracy, many Haitians here say they'll go back. Diana Gonzalez, CBS News, Miami.
Stay with us now for more of the CBS Evening News, including the shuttle astronauts take a $7 million jetpack out for a test spin without a tether.
Oh, hi. What do you have? Myself, I have the goulash, I have the fries, I have the cheesecake, and now I'll have the Tums. Tums has calcium.
Many antacids don't. These have aluminum and magnesium. So do these. Tums helps knock out heartburn and gives you calcium.
Something your body needs anyway. So what do you have? Have the goulash, have the fries, have the cheesecake, and have...
Tums.
How's everything tonight? You enjoying yourself?
Would you like another glass of wine?
Here's something new for your sensitive teeth.
No way. My dentist wants me to use Sensodyne, remember?
This is Sensodyne. New Sensodyne with baking soda. Well?
No pain. And I love that clean feeling.
Sensodyne, now with baking soda.
What makes Sunsweet Orange and Lemon Essence Pitted Prunes the perfect snack?
Ooh, these are really good. They taste just like oranges.
I like the lemon.
Doing a lot with prunes nowadays.
Sunsweet came up with a real good idea.
Isn't it time you tried Sunsweet?
Will Haiti be better off after we toss him out? Maybe yes, maybe no. Look at Panama. In many ways, they're worse off since we tossed him out. 60 Minutes, Sunday. A determined president, a defiant general. Only one news anchor got him to talk. Join Dan Rather and Connie Chung for complete coverage of the crisis in Haiti on the CBS Evening News.
The huge Exxon Valdez oil spill of 1989 is going to cost Exxon another $5 billion. A federal court jury in Anchorage today ordered the company to pay that amount in punitive damages to the fishing industry and other Alaskans harmed by the spill. The jury also ordered the Exxon Valdez captain, Joseph Hazelwood, to personally pay $5,000. Exxon is expected to appeal. An emergency drill up in space, 2 astronauts tested NASA's new $7 million emergency rescue jetpacks. They were working 140 miles up. No safety net, no strings attached. Correspondent Scott Pelley has the story and the pictures.
It's like you see the whole Earth if you look around.
For the first time in a decade, astronauts today floated totally free of the space shuttle, their usual lifelines replaced with an experimental jetpack.
Wow, this thing works like a champ.
The pack is a life preserver, able to bring a spacewalker back should a tether break.
You want to save yourself as soon as you can. That makes it a simpler problem. If you wait long enough, it may not be a solvable problem.
To simulate an out-of-control spacewalker, the astronauts tumbled each other. Carl Meade put too much muscle in it for the cartwheeling Mark Lee.
That's way too fast. Okay. I'm glad it's dark, or that'd be scary.
The $7 million pack proved it can stop a tumble with the touch of a button, then slowly push an astronaut to safety.
The system did everything it was supposed to do, and I think it's an incredible small flying machine.
And NASA plans to use it extensively as a backup for tethered astronauts who will spend about 350 hours walking in orbit while building the space station. Scott Pelley, CBS News, Houston.
Is the gray in your mustache or beard making you look too old? Now there's Just for Men brush-in color gel, specially for the hard-to-color hair of mustaches and beards. This brush-in gel stays put to penetrate hard-to-color hair. In 5 minutes, rinse. Your mustache or beard blends with your natural hair color, and it won't fade or wash out.
Now that's a lot better.
Just for Men color gel from the leader in men's hair coloring.
When I get gas, I may look like this, but I feel like this, painfully bloated.
Gas-X has the most powerful medicine to fight gas faster than antacids.
So I feel like me again.
Painful gas needs the power of Gas-X. How fast does maximum strength Ambisol start to relieve toothache pain? Before you can say Ambisol. Get maximum strength relief from toothache pain on contact. Maximum strength Ambisol. Put it on. The pain is gone.
Do you know that the Oldsmobile 88 is the only full-size car to be named a Consumer's Digest Best Buy 4 years in a row? You see, the 88 Special Edition offers dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, power windows and locks, and more for a very attractive price. Maybe that's why it keeps winning. Well, this car has so much going for it, it's hard to be sure. It's your money.
Hey, nice bowl of cornflakes.
Yeah, I eat them all the time.
Well, you could eat total and get 100% of 12 vitamins and minerals. Try to get that from cornflakes, and you'll have to add more than just milk.
Like what?
Well, you could try strawberries for vitamin C, wheat germ for some E.
What germ?
Asparagus for folic acid, spinach for A, oysters for iron. Look out.
I'll try total.
Whole grain total. One bowl, 100%. Hey, looks like you like it, too.
The USA takes on the world. Top American golfers battle in international field in a match play showdown. The President's Cup, Saturday on CBS.
Jerusalem, Mecca, and Rome are among the holiest sites in the world. And now, a small farm in Wisconsin has become a sacred site to some Native Americans. Many have been making a pilgrimage to pay their respects to a baby buffalo. Frank Courier tells why some say her birth fulfills an ancient prophecy in tonight's Eye on America.
To a modest 40-acre farm near Janesville, Wisconsin,
How many cars in your pyramid?
the curious and the faithful stream from round the world for a glimpse at what many say is a miracle.
Here they come. There she comes.
An extremely rare month-old female white buffalo calf.
Oh, look how fast it is.
The sun was shining through the trees, and when the calf stood up, I couldn't believe that it was white. I thought my eyes were playing a trick on me until she walked out into the sun.
Buffalo farmer Dave Hyder would learn, as word quickly spread, the birth of this lady calf is to Native Americans the most sacred event of the century, signaling a new era of reconciliation among all races.
The time that baby Jesus was born, this is the same thing.
For Indians like Loma Star Yellowwood, it brings joy and renewed hope.
How are you, sister?
This week, Native American spiritual leaders joined tribal elders from the Dakotas on a pilgrimage to Hyder's pasture to give thanks and pay homage to the calf.
It is like we're being reborn. We're seeing something that God has sent down to us to see and try to change our ways.
Indians believe the birth fulfills an ancient tribal prophecy.
Where the world's going to change, and when that changes come, it's going to be peace, love, and harmony.
It is the return of a legendary female white buffalo that loomed thousands of years ago, promising to come back and reunite the troubled world.
It's very special, and no harm should come to this calf.
To safeguard the spirit, visitors have hung on the fence symbolic offerings of sage and tobacco, dream catchers, feathers, and medicine bags.
All they signify safety and that their prayers be answered.
Over the past 2 centuries, the birth of a white buffalo calf has been so rare, Native Americans have placed the odds at nearly 1 in 10 million. The last most famous white buffalo was born in 1933, but he was male and to Indians less symbolic. Today, as huge herds of North American bison make a comeback from near extinction, a return from the last century when 80 million roamed the countryside, High Plains ranchers are accustomed to seeing but one color.
We have seen some with a little bit of white in them here and there, but we've never run across a purebred white buffalo before.
Because it means so much to so many, Dave Hyder says he won't sell the calf and instead has set up a trust fund for the future.
I guess this calf has really touched a lot of people and it's brought a lot of people together.
It is, for Native Americans, the revival of an ancient legend. One heart, one mind, and spirit. The sacred white buffalo's gift, they say, to the world. In Janesville, Wisconsin, Frank Courier for Eye on America.
Why compromise on a laxative if strong and gentle is what you want? Get Tocalax. It's so effective, doctors recommend it more than X-Lax and Correctol combined. And it's gentle with comfort coating. Don't compromise. Get strong, get gentle. Get Tocalax.
Thousands of businesses are coming back to AT&T because they couldn't find the big savings they expected. AT&T has competitive long-distance prices. Soon, we'll guarantee it.
Meet the women behind new Serenity pads.
Ordinary maxis weren't designed for light bladder control.
They're just not dry enough.
So this new Serenity pad is really a breakthrough.
Oh yeah, if you compare.
Ordinary pads stay wet. New Serenity pads have dry layer. You can see Serenity pads stay much drier. So you feel drier.
And drier feels better.
New Serenity pads for light bladder control. Better than maxi pads.
Drier protection.
Created by women for women.
These people were killed accidentally by a colorless, odorless gas, carbon monoxide.
My husband carried this picture in his wallet for 21 years.
I woke up in the hospital, and Patty never woke up.
We gave our pictures to First Alert to help prevent
more needless deaths.
Get a first alert carbon monoxide detector for your home.
Please, before it's too late.
Some days I get these really pounding headaches. I used to take Tylenol, but it didn't always get rid of all the pain. So I've been using Advil for a while now. I found that on my tough headaches, 2 Advil work better than 2 extra-strength Tylenol tablets, better than extra-strength Tylenol caplets, better than Tylenol gel caps. And you know, nothing's been proven to last longer than Advil. For my tough headaches, Advil just works better. Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
For allies and supporters of Haiti's elected but exiled President Aristide, the last 3 years have been a struggle to survive against the odds. Some have been murdered in the streets. Now, with their hour of vindication drawing near, the main challenge is staying alive. CBS News correspondent Vicki Mabry reports.
The assassination in August of a prominent Catholic priest was a clear message to outspoken Aristide supporters.
I've been on many death lists, and I've been attacked. My residents in the neighborhood have been searched at least twice, shot at.
Father Jean-Marie Vincent's funeral was a virtual who's who of a government in hiding. Aristide Prime Minister Robert Malval, Port-au-Prince Mayor Evans Paul, Aristide advisor Father Gerard Jean Juste. Sometimes hiding takes the form of virtual house arrest, as in the case of Prime Minister Malval, who rarely leaves this house, and when he does, goes out in a bulletproof car provided by the American government. Father Jean Juste wears disguises to work with his anti-military activists.
They have been killing, torturing, raping, and arbitrarily arresting them for 3 years. Enough is enough.
Port-au-Prince's mayor occasionally sneaks into an unmarked office in another town. His city hall is occupied by paramilitary thugs.
Sometimes it's 6 o'clock at night and I still don't know where I'm going to sleep, and I have to call and see which neighborhoods are safe. When I'm in a house, everybody is panicked.
Every trip outside means risking death.
They can kill our body, but the work for democracy will go on, and we shall succeed.
Father Vincent's death drove these fugitives even further underground. Now they may be closer than ever to the return of democracy, but these final days may be the most dangerous of all. Vicki Mabry, CBS News, Port-au-Prince.
All part of our world tonight. A high-level delegation has been dispatched to Haiti by President Clinton, hoping for an 11th-hour solution to the problem. The delegation includes former President Jimmy Carter and, perhaps most importantly, Colin Powell. Perhaps most importantly because Colin Powell is known to be especially respected by the Haitian generals. CBS News and the CBS station will be keeping close track of the situation here right on through the weekend, and we'll keep you up to date with all breaking developments. Connie?
Dan and I will see you right back here on Monday night with more of the CBS Evening News. For all of us at CBS News, good night. Have a great weekend. Good night, Dan, and stay safe.
Thanks, Connie, and good night, everybody.
Experience CBS News.
This is CBS. Attention all stations concerned. There will be an update of the CBS Evening News.